it's very important to have a good back three or back four or back five. But the most important thing is that confidence with the ball, because I love to have the ball, and what Johan Cruyff always said, you can't score when you don't have the ball.
Lebih style yang menyerang ya, attacking football, di mana ini juga sesuatu yang dia mengalami di bawahku bisa membantu kita menggarap point. Because I want to also add on, you mentioned earlier as well about attacking football is something that we do need to implement because there are points for us to be able to try to get this time. It's not. It's a little bit different when we're in the number one at the top of the group and we're just trying to play defensive. We do have to score goals. Correct?
If you want to win, you have to score goals, that's for sure. But you have to respect also the other countries and also the qualities of the other countries. But you need to, your starting position is to respect your own qualities, what you have in the team, and take advantage of every positive strengths that you have in your team.
I'm glad you brought that up. One of the strengths of our team, and I'm sure many people here agree, is our back line. I think our defensive line is one of Indonesia's strengths. But in attacking football, you know, we talked about this slightly a little bit, where if you're playing attacking football, you really have to have a lot of trust in your back line.
Yes.
Is this something that you see as a benefit for us because we do have a strong defensive line, that this is something that will be benefiting your playing style?
Absolutely. It's very important to have a good back three or back four or back five. But the most important thing is that confidence with the ball, because I love to have the ball, and what Johan Cruyff always said, you can't score when you don't have the ball.
Okay, nice, well said. Saya juga agak coba menggali sedikit mengenai taktiknya Coach Patrick, di mana seandainya Coach Patrick menerapkan style of play yang lebih menyerang, ini juga akan, kalau defensive line-nya tidak kuat, bisa menjadi sesuatu yang jadi bisa di-expose sama tim lawan. Tapi dengan backline, saya juga menyatakan bahwa saya ya pribadi, dan saya juga yakin rekan-rekan di sini setuju bahwa lini belakang kita sangat kuat. Dan saya tanya apakah ini menjadi benefit untuk style of play-nya Coach Patrick. Dan menurut dia, yang penting sih kita saling mempercayai dengan masing. Kalau kita tidak memegang bola, kita tidak bisa mencetak gol. Dan menurut saya itu sangat logika jawabannya. Let's shift our conversation a bit because I want to give our reporters a chance to ask some questions. I want to talk a little bit about Indonesian fans. You touched on it in the beginning. Indonesia passionate. Everywhere that you've coached, I believe you've faced very passionate fans. What is your strategy to be able to basically convey to the team that this is your fan base. It is a huge fan base, and you need to garner this passion in order to motivate your team to be performing at the highest level?
Yes, you're right. But I think that Indonesian fans, what they showed me already, they have an extra passion. I played in a lot of countries, and I saw a lot of passionate fans. But Indonesian fans are, an extra spice, I think, and it's good. And the players know this as well. They play for their country. So the most important thing is that all the fans are standing behind the team, what they do.
Okay.
And we will manage the rest.
Alright, saya juga menanyakan dengan pengalaman Coach Patrick melatih di berbagai negara dan di Timnas Belanda, di mana fansnya juga sangat suportif. Tapi menurut Coach Patrick, fans bola di Indonesia ada di level di atas lagi, di mana kita sangat-sangat passionate dan sangat mencintai Timnas kita. Tapi menurut dia ini sesuatu yang bisa di-harness untuk membuat Timnas kita lebih semangat. Tapi yang penting kita bisa menyatu untuk dukung Timnas Indonesia. One last thing before I kind of shift, give a chance to some of our friends to ask some questions. In regards to the playing style philosophy, are you going to try to garner some of the local players? You mentioned earlier that you will try to kind of get to know some of the local players.
Yes.
Are you planning on making some visits perhaps, or perhaps talk with some of the local players? What is your plan going forward?
Well, for sure. This evening I already have a dinner planned with 5 local players
Okay.
to get to know him a little bit better. So that's already the beginning. And for sure, next month I'm planning to come back here in Indonesia and to see more of the grassroots here in Indonesia.
So you'll be visiting other areas as well? Okay, so saya nanya ke bola di Indonesia dan Coach Patrick, malam ini aja sudah ada rencana untuk bertemu dengan 5 pemain lokal kami dari Timnas Indonesia, dan setelah sebulan kemudian dia akan kembali lagi ke Indonesia untuk tur ke beberapa kota dan bagian di Indonesia untuk lebih memperkenali diri dengan tim-tim, pemain-pemain di berbagai daerah, bukan hanya di ibu kota tapi di luar daerah juga, untuk memperkenalkan diri dan juga lebih mengetahui pemain-pemain lokal dan apa aja yang terjadi di dunia sepak bola di luar kota, ibu kota. One last quick thing, you have played with several, to say the least, world-class players, and obviously you are one of them. What interesting prospects, and I know you might not be able to tell me too much about this, but there's been many rumblings about, I wonder who Coach Patrick will be able to convince to come to Indonesia. Have there been any kind of discussions with anyone? Perhaps you can give us a bit of a teaser or heads up as to what's been happening lately in regards to possible diasporas joining our squad.
I don't know if I can tell it, Mr. President, but well, I personally have been speaking with a few players who can be naturalized to Indonesian passport and everything. So I don't know if I need to say a name, but I am busy with it. I can say one name perhaps. It's Jay Idzes. Speaking with him, and we're trying to get him naturalized as soon as possible.
Okay, and I think that is one of the obviously
One of the could be more. Eh?
hopefully, and because there's been many names thrown out there, many of us want to know who they are, but obviously that is going to be in your hands and your coaching staff. Yang saya tanya, yang pasti banyak teman-teman di sini juga penasaran mengenai diaspora, sudah ada banyak berita simpang siur mengenai kira-kira siapa yang akan bergabung yang berikutnya di Timnas Indonesia. Yang pasti coach tidak bisa membocorkan banyak nama, tapi sedang ada beberapa obrolan yang berjalan dengan pemain-pemain di luar yang ada kemungkinan bisa bergabung sama Timnas Indonesia.